It's fine.
It's fine. It's fine.
It's fine now.
It's fine. It's fine.
Really, it's fine.
It's totally fine.
It's fine.
Go back to work. It's fine.
It's fine. That's fine.
It's fine. It's fucking fine.
It's fine. It's fine. It's fine.
Okay, cool. And hello. Welcome to It's Fine. I am your host, Mackenzie Berg. It's hot as shit in here. This is the first episode. I am a stand-up comic, or at least I am aspiring. Almost said inspiring, because I'm an idiot. And that's basically what I want this show to be about. Mostly, I just want to talk about silly, stupid things that happened to me and my friends and other comics, and why it's fine, and none of it matters. And, yeah, you know, everyone's gonna die. Nope, that's not really what I wanted to say. That's what's happening now. No, I'm not actually stupid. I just play one in real life. What is wrong with me? Because I just want to have fun, and I don't want to tell you stories. I don't want to be like, all right, sit down and listen up. Rules. I got them. Here they are. But I do have to explain what my idea for it is. The thing is, when you are trying to make it as a comic, you have to take a bunch of gigs that are not going to be fun, that 4 people are going to show up for, and maybe a bunch of people show up, and maybe you bring up someone who was very near and dear to them in their town who died. That's a really specific thing that I did once. And it's fine. But there's a lot of good stories that I think a lot of other comics and I find as we do this, and I think that they're interesting. And you're welcome for me having this brilliant idea and bringing it to you today. So with that, I'm gonna get started. So last night, dude, okay, so I had dude, why is my nose so itchy? Like, I do drugs. I don't do drugs. I've done drugs before, but like, I'm not on coke. I'm not on coke. Dude, it's so itchy. So yesterday I had a show in Binghamton. I live in Albany, New York, and Binghamton is about 2 hours from me. I ride down with another comic. We have a blast the whole time. I'm having fun, okay? I get to the gig, and it's for breast cancer awareness. We were raising money for breast cancer. Guess what? We cured it. So, job well done. We didn't cure it. But, so I get there, and, like, there's a bunch of, like, old women, and the comic that I went with is, like, a little bit older, so I'm like, all right, well, they're definitely gonna like her a shit ton more, and that's fine. I didn't think they weren't gonna like me, but I was definitely like, I think I gotta do some work to get them on my side, because I don't have any, like, not family material. Like, I have material about my family, but I can't be like, hey, kids, they're gross, right? When you get older, your boobs sag. Okay, the comic that I rode with is not, she's actually very funny. I'm not, okay. I'm not taking away from her at all. I just think my material is a little bit less relatable to 80-year-old women. Regardless, I decided in my mind, you're going to have a good time with this show. I did not have a good time with this show because I'm stupid, and here's what happened. There were 3 of us on the show, 3 ladies. The first girl goes up. She forgot to bring her notes, and she kind of mentioned it a few times, and the room was like, you know, trying to be nice, which I was like, okay, cool. They're a forgiving audience. But they weren't, like, super about it, and then they started to talk a little bit and kind of lose interest, and I was like, all right, that's fine. I'll just, like, go up with some confidence, try to hit him with the first punch as quickly as possible, and get rolling. And I did that, and it was fine, and they did really like me off the bat, and I was like, cool. I felt very, like, comfortable. I felt confident, and I get, like, 4 jokes in, and then I tell this joke I've told before in Binghamton, and didn't learn my lesson the first time. I learned my lesson. Well, okay, now I guess I didn't learn my lesson because I wasn't like, hey, don't tell this joke in Binghamton again. Anyway, so I tell a joke about this woman in Florida. I'm not a dog person, okay? I'm going to start with that. I'm not a dog person. I like dogs. People are very obsessed with their dogs. You don't need to have an Instagram for your dog. Anything that eats its own poop doesn't need an Instagram, okay? Okay, anyway. So this woman in Florida, and my joke is not even like the best joke in the world. It's kind of a dad joke. It's so dumb. Definitely don't do coke. So I start off talking about how people are so attached to their dogs, and it's just like, I don't get it. And then I go into, I read about this online. There was this woman in Florida who was walking her dog, and an alligator came up onto the land and started to attack the dog. She got in the way, and it ripped both her arms off, and she died. Okay. Sad as shit. I get it. All right. So then I just go on to say, like, dude, if I was walking my dog and an alligator came up on land, oh, yep. Well, that's yours now. So it was nice knowing you, Fluffy. I'll see you later, alligator. It's the corny. The joke is so fast. It's corny. Old people like it. So I was like, it's fucking good. So the first time that I did this joke in Binghamton, it bombed. Every single line after the setup bombed. And I'm not saying the rest of the joke. The rest of my set. I worked so hard. And the first time that I did that, oh God, there were like 80 people there. So everyone was in agreement. Is that the word? Dude, someone corrected me recently, and I think they told me agreement isn't a word. In agreement? I like the way agreement sounds. Okay, so I'm going to say it anyway. Everyone was in agreement that I was an asshole and I wasn't funny. Before we get to this part where you're like, well, maybe you're just not funny. Okay, and that's a fair thing for you to think. It's a little rude. Like, how do I make you guys confident that I'm a good comic without sounding like an asshole? I know something went wrong. So I get off stage and I walk back to my seat and I'm like, they look angry with me. Long story short, a bunch of people came up to me and said, you know, that woman in your story who died in Florida, yeah, she was from Binghamton. Okay, sorry. And not only was she from Binghamton, she was a kindergarten teacher. So, a lot of people went to kindergarten, I guess. I was like, all right, that's understandable. Felt bad about it. No, okay, here's the thing. Not that I didn't feel bad about it, but people do die every day, okay? And like, things get better. Not for that woman, but things do get better. And, my bad. I learned, I didn't really learn a lesson because I'm still not going to I'm not going to read another article that says like, oh, woman died in Florida. I'm not going to be like, oh, I want to make a joke about that. Let me find out where she lived before. What did she work? Has this ever happened to her? Did this I don't want to sound like a bad person. It happened and it's really unfortunate. And I just happened to perform in the one city where this woman who made national headlines was originally from. My bad. So that was a really quiet ride home. So then I ended up adding the story to my joke because it's funny. And I do kind of a lot of shows and they're all over the place and I'm an idiot. So I get to that joke in my set yesterday and I'm just not thinking at all. I tell the whole joke and it bombs again. I think 3 people laughed. So I was like, okay, well, you know what? I'm going to roll on and tell the tag anyway. And I go, you know what's crazy? I did this joke in Binghamton. Oh, fuck. We're in Binghamton is like literally what I said. Some of the people thought that was still part of the joke, but it was like, God damn it. Mackenzie, you fuck. I have one joke where I reference a specific place. You would think at any time on the 2.5 hour ride there, I'm like, Binghamton. Why does that sound familiar? Oh, because I tell a joke about it 4 times a week. Yeah, no, that makes sense. Okay. But I didn't. I get done with my set and I'm just like hanging my head and I'm like, please don't look at me. Please don't talk to me. I'm just not going to make eye contact with anyone. A mission failed. Immediately, almost. This woman walks right up to me and she was like, hey, I felt so bad for you up there. She's like, I know you didn't mean that. But yeah, like she was a teacher and a lot of people knew and loved her here. And I was like, yeah, no, I got that. I got that. And she was like, yeah, she taught kindergarten. I was like, yep, no, I know. So I'm not allowed back in Binghamton. Should be the rule. Dude, okay. Dude, if I do that joke again and not think about it while I'm there, I'm gonna burn Binghamton to the ground, and I'm not gonna leave any trace. That's such a harsh thing to say. Yeah. All right. So that was Binghamton. Another gig I did recently was at Mohegan Sun. Very cool to perform at a casino. If you are at a comedy show at a casino, there's no way your life is going well, because if you were winning at the casino, you wouldn't be at the comedy show. So you get like a mixed audience of from like 20 years old to like 90 years old, and the only thing that they have in common is that they are all miserable. But I'm still very, very excited to even have the opportunity. I do the show. It's not great. So I stay at the casino for a couple of days and I hang out with my buddy because I have another show out there and I just like was not going to drive home. And it's like just getting warm out. Now it's like 90 fucking degrees. I forgot that when I was at work, I got chicken alfredo and I left it in my car for 3 days, and it was exactly as you imagined it would be. The grossest thing that I'd ever smelled. It smelled like rotten milk got made into a sculpture and then someone puked on it and then grated cheese on top of that. God, I'm the grossest person in the entire world. So that was terrible. I threw that out, then like drove all the way home, and then the next morning I like got a big can of Febreze and like brought it down to my car. Like I just thought, dude, just Febreze did not help it. I don't know why. I was just like, yeah, just a little bit of Febreze and then everything's fine. No, dude, I wish I could just throw my car out and get a new one or torch it on fire. I have bought so much cleaning product for the car since I left the chicken alfredo. Like I never knew how strong chicken alfredo was. Like we as America, we should not use weapons. We should just plant chicken alfredo in their houses and they will move somewhere else. And it won't be an issue for us anymore. They will we will hide chicken alfredo in their house. It will go bad. They will pick up the essentials. They will leave their guns behind. And then we go raid. Someone get me the president on the phone. I think I just solved world peace. I achieved world peace. I solved the fighting issue. Get Iran on the phone. Such an idiot. Okay, where was I? So I start Febrezing into the car and just doing the whole bottle. Like I just rolled down the window a little bit and I was like, I couldn't even stand close to the car. That's how bad it was. So the Febreze is going into the car, and then this guy starts like walking up and he starts smiling, and I was like, yeah, it's kind of a funny situation. At the exact same time that he said, hey, you're really cute, I said, left chicken alfredo in my car. And then we both just kind of stared at each other, and I was like, and then again at the exact same time that he said, are you single? I said, it rotted and maggots formed. Smells real bad. And then he broke eye contact and got into his car and immediately drove away. And that's fine, because if you can't handle me at my rotten chicken alfredo, then you can't handle me. Okay. Well, that was disgusting. Didn't know I was going to tell that story. Told that story. Don't regret it. I think we all learned a lot today. I think you guys learned a little bit about me. Not sure what I learned. Probably gonna make all the same mistakes still. Because if I didn't, what would I talk about? Yeah. So gonna be doing this every week. Yeah. This was fine. This was fine. Don't really wish I didn't do a peace sign. Can cut it out. Might not cut it out because that's who I am. Thanks for listening.